breakout season. Jordan Zimmermann has 10 wins, a top 5 ERA, and may be the most efficient pitcher in baseball. At home, a perfect 7-0, allowing just 6 earned runs in 8 starts. Expect another all-star caliber performance next on Masson. It's a cloudy night at Nationals Park, but the rain has stayed away. We're knocking on wood and hoping for a 4-2 homestand. The guys getting after it on Black Heritage Night here at the ballpark. Nice. In sync. Hopefully the offense and Jordan Zimmermann in sync as well. That's the Nats offense we're talking about. Bob and FP. And as long as we're talking offense, why not Anthony Rendon? The kid continues to amaze. He's now made the number 2 spot in the lineup a dangerous place for pitchers to go.
Yeah, he's also made his haircut very popular. We'll talk about some mullet power in the open. Anthony Rendon has been fantastic. 32 hits in 25 games. Get this, last 17 games, 26 for 73, 371. Last 5 games, 9 for 22, a 409 average, and you just see his swing right there. We talked about it last night. Could watch this guy hit all day. Hands inside the baseball, foot down early, bat in the zone quick, stays through it for a long time, very relaxed, and just simply having fun playing baseball at the highest level.
Getting close to 100 at bats, hitting 337. What rookie does that? Jordan Zimmermann, what guy does what he's doing this year? He's amazing. He's in the top of the league in so many different categories, and an ERA of under 1 run per game in this ballpark where he's almost unbeatable.
Well, I think his off speed is going to be key tonight. We saw last night with the Diamondbacks. These guys are fastball hunters early in the count. They're going to be looking for his heat, but he's done a nice job this year getting strike 1 with the off speed.
Middle of the lineup is coming alive. Jason Wirtz hitting 274, but over his last 9 games, a cool 414. And then, of course, the left-handed side of that equation, red hot in this ballpark, 19 games in a row for Adam LaRoche. His batting average now for the season, a click under 260. PNC Bank, for the achiever in you, and by your local BMW Center. Dark skies have moved from the north all the way out to the east, so things looking okay at the ballpark right now. Good crowd. Dollar hot dog night, and the Nats have a chance to win a series if Jordan Zimmermann can take care of the D-backs. Train celebrating its 100th anniversary by offering irresistible financing. It's hard to stop a train, really hard. Humidity at 55%, 86 degrees, and a breeze is coming down Half Street from left field. Diamondbacks are hitting .261, fourth in the league in that department and in runs scored. Paul Goldschmidt is just having a great year. Getting on base, third most in the league. 36 extra base hits, fourth most. And he is number 3 in home runs and number 1 in RBIs. Well, Jordan Zimmermann taking on the Diamondbacks here. And he's had 3 quality starts and 3 career assignments against them. 1-0 with a 2.26 ERA.
Well, last time out, he got the 5-1 win against Colorado. Was touched for one unearned run, over 8 innings. Allowed 6 hits, struck out 9, walked 1 through 112 pitches, 85 of those for strikes. So 2-seam, 4-seam fastball, averaging 94 miles an hour. Slider, curve, change to go with it.
15-year veteran and the crew chief, Greg Gibson, behind the plate. Hunter Wendelstedt, Alan Porter, Mike Estabrook on the bases. Jordan Zimmermann's ready. 2 pitchers tonight with really great work rates. We'll see how the hitters deal with them as they go on the attack. First pitch is a strike at 7:06 to Gerardo Parra. Parra batted 7th last night, went 0 for 4, threw a runner out from right field. And he's 3 for 9 career with a walk against Jordan Zimmermann. Ground ball left side. Ryan cuts it off, pops up and throws on target. And that might have been the only way to get the speedy Parra.
Well, right out of the gate, testing that shoulder that he took the day off with yesterday, playing in for the bunt. Couple of steps and a dive, get to your feet. Underhand throw, right on the money. Another great play by Ryan Zimmermann. You see how quick he got to his feet. That was the key to everything. Nice play to start this game up. And we should see a lot of good plays tonight out of both teams on defense, just simply because both pitchers are going to be working fast, throwing a lot of strikes.
Next up will be the second baseman, Aaron Hill. Second game back off the DL. Had a good night last night in the number 2 spot with 2 hits, a walk, and 2 runs scored. Quickly 0-2 as he goes hacking. He's 1 for 6 career against Jordan Zimmermann, who's been amazing at home. 7-0 with an 0.92 ERA. That's the best home earned run average by any pitcher in this league. Up and in, moves him away.
We're talking to Todd Helton last time when Jordan had faced the Rockies. I said, what do you think of Jordan Zimmermann? He said he's one of those guys to where the ball looks like it's going to come about belt high or below and just kind of planes out at the end, has that late life to where he can throw it by you up in the zone.
And I like what he did the last time we saw him. I mean, he came out against the Rockies, gave up a couple of hits, and then he made some adjustments. He'll be on the attack until he's got to do a few things to keep you from getting base hits. Right in on the hands of Aaron Hill.
But I think, probably the best thing Jordan has done, look at the big right-hander Goldschmidt on deck this year, is mix it up. I mean, he's not predictable. He doesn't fall into patterns. We always talk about he and Kurt Suzuki every 5th day, how they work well together. It's hard to guess what's coming.
And he'll just able to get a piece of that.
Set the defense for the Nats behind Jordan tonight. Tyler Moore back from AAA, getting the start in left field. Spanworth center and right. Desmond Zimmermann on the left side. Rendon LaRoche on the right side. And Kurt Suzuki behind the dish. Here's Tyler Moore. Welcome back.
Way inside, and the count goes 2-2. And Tyler will be batting 7th tonight, in between Desmond and Suzuki, so maybe he'll get some on-base opportunities with guys in front of him.
He had a chance to get some regular at-bats in AAA. Playing every day, seeing live pitching every single day.
Breaking ball was hanging a bit, but it was off speed, and Hill was way out ahead. Aaron Hill grinding out a pretty good at-bat here, giving his teammates a good look at Jordan Zimmermann. Here's what we talked about, the 7-0 and 0.29, rather 0.92 at home. It's been over a year since he lost a game right here. By the way, guess who has the second best home ERA in the National League? He's pitching at 4.05 tomorrow for the home team.
Some guy named Strasburg?
Yes, sir. 1.13.
Just got called up. I've heard of him.
Hopefully you hear a whole lot more between now and this time tomorrow. Pitch number 10 of this early at bat coming. Hill stepped away, didn't step out, and then Jordan just misses under his hands. 3-2.
He thrown him everything. That was a changeup right there at 87. He doesn't throw it very often, 4% of the time, but you see him change the grip late. Circle change, inner half. Good take by Hill. Good at bat working.
Had him reaching for that. This is the kind of an at bat that can really hurt a guy's pitch count early in a game. Jordan thrives on attacking. I thought that sounded like he broke his bat. Got it right off the end. And he's got a replacement to deal with a 3-2 count again. Aaron Hill takes one low. It's one of the best at bats against Jordan Zimmerman we've seen any hitter have this year. 1-on-1 out for their big RBI guy, Paul Goldschmidt.
Well, the advantage to that at bat for Aaron Hill is he's seen everything in his first at bat. So when he goes up there next time, he's seen the slider, the curve, the fastball, and the change. Had a pretty good idea what to do.
Goldschmidt, RBI last night, 3 for 5. This guy's only 25 years of age. Last season was his first really full season in the major leagues. And the ball fouled off. He had 145 games, 514 at bats last year when he hit 286 and hit 20 homers, drove in 82 the year before that. He only appeared in 48 games at the big league level.
It was impressive last night as he stayed inside the baseball, took his base hits the other way. A guy with 19 home runs hitting 311 goes to show you he'll hit the ball wherever it's pitched.
And a 1-2 delivery. Had him reaching. He hits it hard and fair into the right field corner. Long way to go for Jason Worth. Aaron Hill being sent by Matt Williams. A walk and a double, and the Diamondbacks are on the board. I mean, he hit that ball so hard it didn't have a chance to go foul. And that's RBI number 67.
Well, this is a nice piece of hitting right here. You see the pitch from Jordan down and away, just flicks it down the right field line. So that's how you hit 300. You know, you think of a power guy, you think of pull side pop, a guy that's just going up there to yank. But with Goldschmidt, gets behind the count, takes a little bit out of his swing. Ball down the corner. Matt Williams sending Aaron Hill. The Diamondbacks up by 1 here early.
He had no chance when the throw hit, missed the cutoff man. I'm not sure they had a chance to throw him out anyway. Here's Miguel Montero. And a fastball up and in. A man who hardly gives up runs at home. And they're taking some healthy hacks here early.
But the dilemma you face when you face a guy like Goldschmidt is, do you pound him in where he could maybe do some damage out of the ballpark, or do you pitch him away and give him his base hits and maybe an occasional double? But he's a guy that can handle the ball close to him. He can handle the off speed down and away. So you try to give him his knocks away or try to work him away. And you saw Jordan go in with the fastball off the plate, back to the slider away, and he was on it.
Yeah, the Nats are used to hitting by now when Jordan's pitching. And Montero went upstairs for that one. He sliced it straight back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Diamondbacks start tonight like they did last evening. 3 games up on the Rockies and the Padres in the West. 3.5 up on the Giants, Kirk Gibson's ball club. A winning record on the road by just 1 game. They're 20-19. 8-6 against the East. Off speed. Right there. Jason Worth for the 2nd out. And that'll bring in Martin Prado, who's been a bit of a nemesis for Jordan Zimmermann. Good crowd gathering. A lot of folks still coming in. They had faith that the weather would be okay, and so far so good. Martin Prado hitting just .241. But last night he had a homer, single, walked, and he is 6 for 11 career against Jordan Zimmermann. Dilemma here, first base open, but a good left-handed batter, and Jason Kubel on deck. Jason Worth will not be able to get it, and the Diamondbacks lead 2-0. Prado wasting no time, and he is 7 for 12 career against Zimmermann.
Oh, you would think the game plan for the Diamondbacks, we saw them last night, swing early, swing off, and looking for that first fastball. And that's exactly what Martin Prado did right there on the heater. Right down the middle. A location mistake there from Jordan, trying to get that on the outer half. Left it with a lot of plate. And Prado cashes in for a 2-out RBI.
6th man to bat, Jason Kubel. Good fastball to the outside corner. Kubel over as a free agent last year, hit 30 home runs, drove in 90 for the Diamondbacks in 141 games, 30 doubles as well. Big strong guy at 6 foot 220. And he's at 265 with 4 homers this year. Well, Don Baylor has to like what he's seen from the bench so far. He's the hitting coach. Hit 338 home runs himself, by the way. And a fastball upstairs, 1-2.
I mean, the Diamondback staff, I mean, they do a great job with these guys, but when you talk about Kirk Gibson, Alan Trammell, Steve Sachs, Matt Williams, Don Baylor, Charles Nagy, they just must think everybody stinks on their ball club. All great baseball players. They probably can't relate to guys that are not that good.
And a 1-2 jammed him, and Kubel got a piece of it.
But you know what all those guys have in common, and you can see it in their ball club? They all played the game the right way. They all played hard. They showed up, hard hat, lunch pail guys with talent. And it's reflected on the field with their club.
Well, and go down the names. They all played for championship teams, too. Got to count for something, right?
Yeah, Steve Sachs, he could hit. 200 hits with the Yankees.
Nagy with some really good Cleveland ball Cubs. Matt Williams, both leagues. Trammell, the longtime Tiger. Baylor, kind of a journeyman for all the damage Don did. 1,276 RBIs with a lot of different ball clubs. And, of course, Kirk Gibson. And a 1-2 to Kubel. Finally, the inning is over. Jordan Zimmermann manages to stay under 30 pitches. A walk and 2 hits, 2 runs. Brought to you by Mazda. We believe if it's not worth driving, it's not worth building. Jason Worth loves hitting against Arizona. And over his last 9 games, he's 12 for 29. A couple of homers and 6 RBIs. Tyler Morris mentioned is in there tonight. Hitting in front of Kurt Suzuki. Pretty much the regular 8 other than Moore tonight. Wade Miley, runner-up to Bryce Harper, Rookie of the Year last year. 2 career starts against the Nats, 1-1 with a 3.48.
Yeah, last time out for Wade Miley on the 21st against the Reds. He got the no decision. The Diamondbacks 11-5 win. Gave up 3 runs on 5 hits over just 4 2/3. Struck out 5 and walked 4 Cincinnati Reds through 105 pitches, 61 for strikes.
And that's a strike to start his night against Denard Span, who's never faced him. In fact, only 4 men in the Nats lineup tonight have. 1-1.
He's a guy that's going to go right after you, ready for the next pitch. Great tempo. He's susceptible to the big inning. Cut his fastball. He'll pitch into righties. And he's a guy that has to live on the corners to be successful. Lately, he's been getting too much plate.
Denard Span out to left center. That ball will hang up for Jason Kubel. Hit it pretty well into the teeth of that breeze coming in from left. First out.
Let's set the defense for the Arizona Diamondbacks tonight. Kubel, Pollock, Parra in the outfield. Gregorius, Prado on the left side. Hill, Goldschmidt on the right side. Miguel Montero behind the plate.
Here he comes, Anthony Rendon. Batting .337. An indication of how good he is going and how well he's hitting. If he had enough at bats, he'd be 4th in the National League batting race right now. On base 21 of his last 22 games, and I mean the pitches keep on coming. Miley's got the ball back and he's ready. It's about 3 pitches in 30 seconds there. And the count's 2-1.
And Kurt Reeder, former Montreal Expos, San Francisco Giant, was a lot like that, to where if you look down at your cleats or the dirt, you'd miss a pitch on defense. Can't even think about looking into the stands between pitches if you're playing behind Miley. Same goes for Jordan Zimmerman. 2 guys that get it, throw it. I don't know why more pitchers don't do it.
That's close, and he misses 3-2.
I'm sure we can show a replay of this pitch and not miss one. Fastball on the inner half.
That's tape. This is live, and that's right up the middle. And Anthony Rendon does it again. He's 33 for 96.
I said it before, he's ready. Call him up. So whatever the next league is above the big leagues, this guy's ready. Call him up. Base it up the middle. What new for Rendon? Hits the bag and hops up. Just a nice approach. Gets inside that cutter for Miley. Right back up the box. And there goes the no-hitter.
And he's batting .344.
I mean, it's just been unreal.
Here's Ryan Zimmerman. Most career hits by any Nat against Miley. Rendon hops back in. Ryan a walk and officially 3 for 5 career against his left-hander.
Yeah, he's ready.
And Zimmerman steps out.
Well, that's good. You hit on your terms. You can't let any pitcher ever rush you as a hitter. That's a good lesson for young kids. You determine the pace as a hitter. If a guy's rushing you and working too fast, step out. Try to get in his head and change his tempo. Don't ever let the pitcher dictate what you do as a hitter. Walk around, fix your gloves, slow him down a little bit. And guys that work fast will get rattled if you do that.
Miley not having a great season after his rookie campaign when he went 16-11. He's 4-6 with a 4.70 ERA. And Ryan Zimmerman fouls one out to the right side. Inside the numbers with STG. Slugging against the D-backs, and Ryan is the 3rd best behind 2. It's free swinging guys, Soriano and Cabrera. Jason Worth right in there, and Carlos Beltran.
Pretty good names on that list.
Oh, yeah. Outfield a bit to the right and deep. 93. Thing had action like it was an off-speed pitch. It counts 2-2.
Well, Miley's a guy, Carp, that'll establish his fastball first time around the lineup. You know, he'd like to get through 8 or 9 hitters with just his fastball, then show you the slider, curveball, maybe occasional change second, third time around.
Target in. Zimmerman gets around it into the corner. It'll squirt down into the deep corner, and that'll bring Anthony Rendon home. The Nats are right back at the D-backs here. Zimmerman's 37th RBI. And what a great job of adjusting to an inside pitch.
Now, it looks like he got a slider down and in. Pulled his hands in nice, kept it fair. And Rendon's able to score because Jason Kubel didn't know whether to play it off the wall or if it was going to go down the corner. We've seen this before at Nats Park. It gets tricky right down to where that jets out. And Kubel started coming over like it was going to ricochet, and then he had to redirect his route, go down the corner, and get the ball. And that was what allowed Rendon to score. Gave Trent Jewett just enough time to send Rendon. I mean, he was beelining straight over to where the ball girl sits down there. Then he had to take a right turn, go down the corner. Mullet 1, Diamondbacks 2.
Here's Worth a chance to tie it. Talked about the damage he's done against his ball club in his career. And he's also 2 for 6 against Wade Miley. Well, good ball clubs answer when something not great happens, and the Nats have done that here in the first. Now 2 shots to tie it. Another hitter ahead here. They play Worth a lot like Zimmerman, a bit to the right in the outfield. And a fastball right in there at 93. Counts even 2-2. Diamondbacks 7th in the league in team ERA at 3.81. And as I mentioned, Miley not having that great of a year. The league's hitting .284 against him. And the ERA is closer to 5 than it is to 4. But he will strike out Jason Worth on a pitch downstairs.
I want to show you what I was talking about with Jason Kubel. And you know what? This is every outfielder that plays at Nats Park. Home guy, visiting guy. It's tough to negotiate the corners here because you don't know. Watch his route. So he's going down the corner. Then he thinks it's going to hit there. Changes his direction. And then has to go all the way down the corner to get it. So Trent Jewett waving, and look at all the fans. Look at all the third base coaches down the third base line. That is awesome.
Way to go, guys.
Great shot, guys.
Wait till you find out how tough it is when you get paid to do that.
Well, that's the runs that they tag you section. They send everybody right there.
Here's Adam LaRoche. 19-game hitting streak at Nationals Park. Amazing to think that he could be hitting up in the 260, 270 range here soon. Miley's going to some of his good stuff here to get swings and misses. He's 0-2 quickly on Adam LaRoche with a modified shift on. Aaron Hill just a couple of steps into the outfield. Goldschmidt heels to the grass at first. And a fastball just missing.
Let's see what Nissan has to say on the pitch track. 94 miles an hour, so humping up off the black. He thought it was a strike. Little step to his dugout after that pitch.
And a 1-2. LaRoche will pull it. Goldschmidt backhand. Miley gets there. And Goldschmidt gave him a bullet for a feed perfectly. But the Nats get a run. Rendon and Zimmerman teaming up. runs on 2 hits. The Nats a run on 2 hits as well. So the second inning presented by Luna. Call for the Luna double. Get your second room of flooring free at 877-241-LUNA. Radar looks pretty clear out to the southwest and the west of us for the rest of the night. With that in mind, here's an AT&T fact of the game. How about the last game he pitched? 3rd most strikes in the history of the Nationals, as Zimmerman took on a hot-hitting Colorado team, beat them 5-1 on Thursday night. 112 pitches. Just amazing how efficient he was.
85 for strikes.
And tonight a good ratio as well. That ball high in the air out to left center off the bat of A.J. Pollock, who once worked out here for the Nats back in '09 before he was drafted by Arizona. 17th player overall. No problem for Denard Span for the first out. And here comes a young player we've been hearing about this year. First time to see him tonight. It's Didi Gregorius, 23-year-old infielder from Amsterdam, the Netherlands. Lives in Curacao now. Then part of a 3-team deal. Traded to Arizona. 3 pitchers went to Cleveland. And Shin-Soo Choo plus another guy went to Cincinnati in that 3-team transaction. Gregorius hitting a .293. 6 for 20 in 8 games with the Reds and a cup of coffee in the big leagues last year.
Has to be one of the best names in the big leagues, doesn't it?
Well, and he could say it a whole bunch of different ways. He speaks English, Dutch, Spanish, and a language called Papiamentu.
Who doesn't?
Huh? You speak English and baseball from my experience around you.
I do not speak English. I don't know what I speak, but it ain't English.
It ain't English.
Yep.
Write that down, folks. And a 1-2 to Gregorius with the pitcher on deck. In the air to right. Out goes Rendon. In comes Worth. It'll fall right to the second baseman in shallow right field. 2 down. Nats Live free postgame concert series Sunday, July 7th against the Padres. Free postgame concert featuring Third Day. Game tickets starting at $10. Go to nationals.com/Nats Live. Some restrictions apply. You got to have a ticket for the ball game on 7/7 to hear Third Day.
Dia Tercera, if you want the SAP button.
I get it. 7th day.
Or third.
7th day of the month. 3rd day is the band. Wade Miley will hack it off to the left side. He's 3 for 26 this year, with a home run and 2 RBIs, a .144 career hitter. Of all places, he hit his home run this year at AT&T Park. Not too happy about it, though. Didn't win the game that day. Now that is Jordan Zimmerman at his best, getting ahead. Nissan on the pitch track, strike 2.
And 94 down the zone. Good frame by Suzuki.
And that is more like a Jordan Zimmerman inning right there. 11 pitches to get 3 outs. Desmond, Moore, and Suzuki. And Ian Desmond, 33 extra base hits, top 8 in the league. He has been electrifying us lately, and he is straight ahead. coming up. Desmond Moore and Suzuki. Well, the Nats won and scored 7 or more runs last night. You get 50% off your regular menu price online order today. Enter promo code NATS50 at papajohns.com when ordering. This is valid at participating D.C., Maryland, Northern Virginia, Papa John's. So make sure a participating store is near you. Go online and you're going to have some serious pizza tonight.
The reporters asked Mike Rizzo before the game what he's looking for at the trade deadline. He said a big left-handed bat named Harper, a big right-handed bat named Ramos.
And nobody to play shortstop because he has one. But that's going to be an easy fly ball for Gerardo Parra.
Well, you think about it, put those two guys back in the lineup. We talked about it last night. Put Bryce behind Rendon. Now your lineup gets deeper. Add Wilson Ramos, a 20 home run guy in there.
Yeah.
Might have to include a treadmill with that Papa John's promo, because they're going to be scoring some runs soon.
Tyler Moore, 8 hits, couple of home runs while he was at AAA Syracuse. He's 15 for 95 on the year. We know he's a whole lot better than a $158 based on what we saw last year.
Well, he went down to AAA, Carp, got some regular at-bats to where you start seeing pitching on a regular basis. You can make adjustments in the course of an at-bat or throughout the game. You start seeing pitches, picking up rotation, stuff starts to slow down a little bit. But when you're a bench guy and you just get in there every once in a while, the game's moving fast.
And Tyler gets under that one and flies it to right. Last year he hit .247 against lefties. And Parra will back up for that one. 2 quick outs, bottom of the second, with Suzuki coming up for the Achiever in you, PNC Bank. And we're checking in on Blake Schwartz, 23 years of age, 6'3", 200. He went to Oklahoma City University, not a big-time baseball school, but they can brag that Freddie Sanchez, a batting champion, is in their past. Nat 17th rounder just a year ago, so he's doing quite well.
Is he ready?
Not quite.
All right. I'm not calling him up then.
Just needs, as they say, seasoning.
What kind?
Hitters, live hitters. Lots of them. 0-1 to Kurt Suzuki, trying to turn the line over here and get Zimmerman up in the second. Miley misses away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kurt had a walk, a run scored, and a base hit last night. And Miley throws 3 fly balls here in the second. It'll be a quick inning for him, a lot like it was in the top half for Jordan Zimmerman. 2-1 Arizona into the third. Mark is clear. 2-1 D-backs, AFCEA, the Association for Global Security Professionals. And Julie has our sideline report. Good evening.
Good evening, guys. Well, I was talking to Kurt Suzuki before the game today, and I said, what is it about the partnership between you and Jordan Zimmerman that make you guys work so well together? And he said, well, you know, during last year's spring training, he really got to know Jordan. And he said the best part about their teaming up is that they're both really laid-back guys that like to have fun. And wouldn't you know it, Jordan Zimmerman, apparently he's a huge prankster. And his target of choice, pitching coach Steve McCatty. And I said, why Steve? Why is he the target of the jokes? And he said, well, he just can't help it. He said, when it comes to Jordan, you never know. He's a sly one. You might wake up with a shaved head or one eyebrow. But he said he wouldn't want to get on his bad side because you never know. All in fun, of course. But Kurt was also telling me that he finds situations early on in the game to use those secondary pitches that Jordan's been working on, so he'll feel more comfortable later in the game. We saw evidence of that in his last start when he implemented that changeup, which FP, like you mentioned, he only uses 4% of the time, but great to see that he's building his repertoire.
All right, stealing strike one right there with the curveball. And like we said in the open, this is a fastball hunting team. Diamondbacks love the heater. So off speed's going to be big tonight for Jordan.
And that was the swing, says Mike Estabrook at third. No balls, 2 strikes. And the fastball, he shows it to him up and away. Parra jammed first time. With that slow roller to the left side, Ryan Zimmerman made a fantastic play to throw him out.
Yeah, more off speed than normal. You see it right there.
Yeah, thanks to Aaron Hill, huh? Who's on deck here. And Hill really threw a chink in the armor in that first inning with that long at bat, drew the walk and got them going on their way to 2 runs. He made Jordan throw everything he's got, probably twice. Parra on the right side. Rendon, good range to his left. 5 in a row now for Jordan Zimmerman.
Man, nice play right there. Range into his left. Tricky little play for Rendon. See that last hop. Almost full speed on the run. Realizes he has a little bit of time. Picks up his target. And takes a little off. If you ask Adam LaRoche, there's been times this year where Rendon has been close and threw a little bit too hard. Starting to learn.
Look at this, Aaron Hill, first pitch this time. There was an interesting play, though, Rendon made. He double pumped. He had to wait for Adam to get to the bag because LaRoche was playing very deep.
You better hurry up and get this promo in.
Pick 3 games in a pre-Nationals era ball cap. While supplies last. Some restrictions apply. Go to nationals.com/flex today.
Nicely done. Hey, you got to do it like that tonight. These guys are working fast.
What did I just say? Paul Goldschmidt, RBI double going the other way, first time up. And don't forget, Big 3 games, get a free Nationals ball cap, just in case I was a little quick for you. This guy is having some kind of year. 4 for 6 in this series now. Batting average, .313. Jammed him. Good pitch. Rendon looking at it. He's got the angle. He'll call off LaRoche and take the foul ball. That's 7 straight on not a lot of pitches for Mr. Zimmerman. one of those great Homestead Grays, Negro League champions. They were formed in 1912, played half of their games in Pittsburgh and half here when the Senators were on the road. Some of the guys who played for that team, legendary. Of course, we mentioned Josh Gibson, Buck Leonard, Sam Bankhead, James Cool, Papa Bell, Ray Brown, and Judd Wilson. They won 11 Negro League championships and 3 World Series titles.
Well, they were originally based in Homestead, Pennsylvania, adjacent to Pittsburgh. They got real popular, moved across the river to Forbes Field, and then eventually to D.C.
And by the way, when the Expos moved here in '05, Grays was one of the 3 finalists for the name of this ball club with the Senators and the Nationals. I don't think they could have gone wrong with any one of those 3, but they are the Nats, and they will bat here in the bottom of the 3rd with Jordan Zimmerman.
There's a kid.
By the way, also very cool before the game, 2 of the living members of the Tuskegee Airmen were here. Black Caucus from the Capitol here. It was awesome before the game. And a heartbreaking ball strikes out Jordan Zimmerman. 2 Ks for Wade Miley. And a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, look forward to Miller Time later in the game, brought to you by Miller Lite. Yeah, still some threatening skies. That's to the northwest of us, over in the McLean area north of Arlington. Top of the order, Denard Span went up attacking early, flied to left, and that ball's inside.
Perfect example. Second time around, gets a first pitch slider. Miley going to start going the off speed a little bit more here.
First time through the order. Nats go 2 for 7. And a high strike evens the count. High chopper, just waiting near the bag for that spinner. Paul Goldschmidt, 2 outs. Both of these pitchers really settling in. Let's have a look at our Firestone Complete Auto Care Extra Mile Index. With Anthony Rendon stepping in, hitting .344. So rookie hits, including tonight's single up the middle.
The third guy's 70 years old, isn't he? Julio Iglesias.
He's made a great transition from the score sheet to the diamond.
He can still hit.
And there's been some discussion this week about young Yasiel Puig. He's got, what, 21 games in the big leagues now. Is that enough to put somebody on the All-Star team? I mean, he'll have 15 to 20 more ball games before the All-Star break. But man, a lot of people want to see him play.
Well, he's played well against the Giants, and Bruce Bochy's seen his best stuff in the series they got going in L.A. right now, so wouldn't surprise me. I think he got to play a few more games, though, to be honest.
I'm with you. I'm a track record guy.
Say that as Bryce Harper is starting in the All-Star game right now in center field as we speak.
Rendon on a 2-2 pitch, and this one heading for the gap. It will plug the right center field gap. The amazing start of Anthony Rendon's career continues.
But what about him for the All-Star game? If you can talk about Puig, I mean, look what he's doing.
Hitting .351 now.
I mean, he keeps this up, you have a chance to keep that Rookie of the Year trophy in Washington, D.C. It's another great approach. I mean, just watch. I mean, there ain't a whole lot to say. When you're going good, you split the outfielders just like that. Unbelievable.
Looking pretty dark off to the west and the northwest of us here. Ryan Zimmerman bats, runner in scoring position. Ryan is the Nats' best hitter in this department, hitting .326 with the runners in scoring position.
Well, off of that double by Rendon, I feel like Nats fans would like to hear some good news. James Wagner tweeting from the post. Bryce Harper, towering home run to right on a 3-1 pitch, his second at bat.
Wow.
I think he's ready. Going to play 6 today, take a day off, play 9 the next day. Probably meet the ball club when they get back from New York if all things go well.
0-2 to Zimmerman.
And New York's nice this time of year, don't you think?
Yeah. 2-1 ball game. Ryan's driven in a run. He's looking for number 38 here. And Miley, after he pulled the ball first time, keeping that thing away from him. And a breaking ball is low. Count Bills, and I'm sure Miley will be careful here. Although another dangerous right-hander's on deck who's been swinging well. That would be Jason Worth. And a 3-2. Off speed, Ryan able to slow his bat down and foul that thing off.
There's one small cell over downtown, and that's it.
Yeah.
Clear everywhere else.
Yeah, we're right on the fringe of it here. Dark looking clouds floating in from the west. And a 3-2 again. Zimmerman stays alive. It's interesting, Ryan has hit 8 of his last 9 home runs over the last 5 weeks of the season after that early season power outage when the shoulder was bugging him, and he's able to extend now, able to get to some things. Driving the ball lately. He'll take the walk. Ball gets away. Montero finds it, and Jason Worth will bat with 2 on, 2 out. Another walk for the Nats. $50 every time that happens, for a total of over $10,000 on the year now. And that's Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield, giving that money to the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Washington, D.C. Take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle, says Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield. Jason Worth, strikeout, first time up. Pulls it. There's that 5.5 hole, and look at that play by D.D. Gregorius. Looked like the Nats might load the bases with 2 outs. Double, walk, 3 runners stranded, and the youngster plays this one perfectly.
pictures between DC and New York. Book now at Amtrak.com. 2-1 Diamondbacks, and it's been the story of the number 3 hitters in this ball game. First, Paul Goldschmidt just reaching out and touching one down the right field line. That scored Aaron Hill. And the Nats 3-hole guy, Ryan Zimmerman, comes up in the first inning with his own double down the left field line to score Anthony Rendon. So both 3-hole guys scoring both second basemen in the first.
48 pitches, 37 strikes now for Jordan Zimmerman, and his breaking ball stays outside to Miguel Montero, who lined out to Worth. Right field, first time. Off speed again, 2-0. And then the challenge fastball fouled off. Montero late for it.
Well, that gives you an idea of that late life we always talk about with Jordan. You got a guy that's a dead red fastball guy, Miguel Montero. 2-0 count. All systems go. Late on the 95. He's got that little jump at the end that surprises hitters.
95 right by him. The count's even, 2-2. Look out, Martin Prado next, and then Jason Kubel.
Well, you see 96 right there, and a lot of pitchers, you get the speed right out of their hand. That's where you get the velocity. Obviously slows down as it travels toward home plate. You get the feeling with Jordan, though, that 96 is every bit of 96 when it reaches the dish.
Wow, what a take by Montero. That was a breaking ball with a lot of snap to it. And Jordan walks his second man tonight. He's only walked 17 batters all year.
Interesting pitch selection. Threw 2 fastballs by Montero. And then go with the 3-2 slider, and he checks his swing and takes ball 4.
Former teammates visiting there. Adam LaRoche had a good time in Arizona. Did some good things for that ball club. Look out here. Martin Prado, he went first pitch attack. First time up, RBI single to right field. Prado, one of the few hitters who can boast this kind of success against Jordan Zimmerman. 7 for 12. '85 in there. They're a few minutes away from getting started in Kansas City again tonight. The Braves with Mike Minor at KC. The Nats are 6 back. And a 1-1 to Prado. Zimmerman, Rendon, 5-4-3. LaRoche on the back end. Around the horn double play.
Nicely done. Well placed fastball to Prado on his hands. Ryan Zimmerman playing shallow, gets it quickly. Good feed to Rendon. Clear yourself. Good throw on the money. Taylor made 5-4-3. If there's such a thing, it was right there.
Nats turn, their 69th double play of the year. Bases empty, 2 outs for Jason Kubel, who Zimmerman struck out first time, and he gets ahead here. And they're still late for his fastball. Talked about Montero May to June. Kubel's done the same thing. Dramatic improvement, getting his average up to 265 tonight.
I heard his left quadricep in spring training. Talked about it last night on the disabled list. Mid to late April. Started feeling healthy the past 2 or 3 weeks, and now He's got a lot of drive, and he's generating some power with his lower half.
Yeah, he laces that one to right center. Span will be able to get over and cut it off. It'll be a 2-out single for Jason Kubel. His first base hit of this series.
Excuse me, Carp. We talk about hitting with your hands inside the ball, but if you don't have your base, you don't have your legs underneath you, you have no chance. You start your swing with your lower half, and now Kubel getting healthy, and the numbers reflect it.
Double play ball looms large now, and here's A.J. Pollock. Mark Lerner and Mike Rizzo talking this afternoon about how impressed they were with this young man from Connecticut when he came out of Notre Dame. The Nats were pretty sure who they had to draft in '09 though. Right-hander from San Diego State.
Who was it?
He's pitching tomorrow. Oh, all right.
Who is it?
SS.
Oh, all right.
This is A.J., who was all Big East as a third baseman in Notre Dame. And he was a 2-time all Big East outfielder. Playing outfield at the big league level. Pop up right side, Adam LaRoche. Jordan Zimmerman is cruising despite a walk and a base hit there. It'll be LaRoche, followed by Desmond and Tyler Moore. Teddy almost left his coconut on the wall right there.
That would have been awesome if his head came off coming out of the fence.
Well, they all stopped and looked up on the scoreboard, and on the video board there was this really strange looking middle-aged lady doing what they're doing now. And then that's the way they finished, and Abe won it. By the way, Abe is warming up. Remember, he couldn't win a race in April and May. Or at least maybe nobody told him to win a race in April and May.
He's still partying after the Academy Award. Had to reel his life in. Now he's good.
Adam LaRoche scorching that ball to center. Turning one way, then the other was Pollock to grab it as it was hit so near him he didn't have to go far. Great swing by Adam LaRoche, who's 0 for 2 today. Wade Miley and Jordan Zimmerman each giving up only 2 base runners. Both of them a walk and a hit since the first inning. That'll bring in Ian Desmond. Miley threw 53 pitches, 32 strikes. Jordan Zimmerman just had a 17-pitch fourth, so he's at 65. Can you imagine what inning we'd be in if they hadn't struggled in the first? Love watching these guys. This is like a throwback game. Get the ball, pitch the ball. Desmond looks at a fastball in there. Inside the numbers with STG. Wade Miley on the road Something about their ballpark at home. He's getting hammered. That's the second biggest difference in the league. Desmond scorches one. Goldschmidt backhand. Nice. Done. And that is a quick one at the first base bag. And out is Desmond.
Or was he?
He almost got there.
Yeah, check this out one more time. Tony Tarasco, very animated with Hunter Wendelstedt on the call right here. Good hustle by Desmond. He's trying to beat Miley there, does he? Wow. Very close at first base. This should tell the story right here.
That looked to me like a dead heat, which should go to the runner.
Oh.
They hit the bag at exactly the same time. Diamondbacks get a call. Here's Tyler Moore with 2 outs and the bases empty.
I mean, we have to take 6, 7 looks at it. Obviously, Hunter Wendelstedt got it right. He gets one shot full speed. But right here, check out Desmond's foot. Does it get there first? Boy, he hits the front side of the bag. He's got it. He kind of hit the top of the base, and it's hard to do when you're going full bore trying to beat out a hit. That was bang, bang.
Now it's 3-0 on Moore. Would Davey turn him loose? He's taking all the way for a strike. Tyler flied to right first time. Pulls a tapper. Wide of the bag at third. It's 3-2. Hyundai Hope on Wheels, helping children fighting cancer since 1998. And over the last 15 years, $72 million donated to pediatric cancer research. Help us make 2013 another amazing year. Visit www.hyundaihopeonwheels.org. Tyler Moore jacks one to left center, and it is gone. It sneaks over the wall. Welcome back to the big leagues, Tyler. This game is tied. Not too many guys can get a low liner out of this ballpark that far out. You've got to be extra strong.
Third time this year that Ian Desmond has taken off Tyler Moore's helmet after a home run, and we talked about getting those at-bats in AAA, seeing live pitching every single day, getting your timing back, making adjustments. And now you see the results at the highest level. Tyler Moore tying this game up, and that was a missile.
I'm telling you, we have not had a harder hit ball this year than this one.
That's a little cut fastball, pulls his hands inside. Last time got beat a little bit on a fly ball to right. This time beats Wade Miley to the point of attack and ties this ball game up. Boy, it's nice to see that guy hit, because, folks, he can hit. It's just a matter of time. There's no doubt about it.
Tyler Moore's 13th career home run. He had 10 as a rookie last year in part-time action. And for the Nats, their 69th of the year. Finally back even here in the fourth. And Suzuki will rifle one to right center. So the Nats have had some good at-bats. LaRoche hit the ball hard. Desmond's ground ball was sharply hit. The homer, now the base hit. That'll bring in Jordan Zimmerman.
It's all happening way too fast.
Well, you're just going to have to be a veteran and slow down the game. You're talking about guys having the game slowed down for them all the time.
Oh, goodness.
Now it's your turn.
My scorecard's a zoo already. Tyler Moore, line drive home run. Kurt Suzuki, base hit. Wade Miley on the mound, ready to throw.
Jordan Zimmerman struck out swinging first time, but he's a dangerous hitter. 3 hits and an RBI this year. Career batting average around 170. Good first pitch hack.
Man, if the Nats could have caught a break on that call at first base with Ian Desmond, it'd be 3-2.
Good idea on the breaking ball. 1-1. It's only the 4th inning, and the Nationals have Wade Miley about to throw his 70th pitch of the night.
Well, when you talk about the Nationals and what they've done against left-handed pitching this year, they've struggled. And to get Tyler Moore hot, Davey Johnson giving him a look here, trying to keep those regular at-bats going, will serve them well as they move on against lefties this year. But they've had their struggles so far.
Yeah, batting average not that great, but against left-handed starters, they're 11-9. Tyler Moore, an absolute laser out of here to left center. The Nats are back even. How about Patrick Corbin, 9-0 with a 2.19 ERA. Although no decisions his last 4 starts. Steven Strasburg is on his game now. 1.13 ERA, second best in the league at home. And Friday against Colorado, a run, a win, 7 innings, 9 strikeouts against the Rockies. 3:30, Johnny and Ray, Nats Extra. We'll join you from the booth at 4. Strasburg unleashes the first pitch around 5 minutes later. And the Nats hoping to go for a sweep. Tonight's the game that will decide that. They could win the series tonight. They are back even, and we go top 5 here.
It's a marquee matchup, and the Diamondbacks broadcast doesn't always show day games. They decided tomorrow to pick up that matchup between Corbin and Strasburg and televise their game back in Arizona.
Now, they'd be crazy not to. That'll be, what, 2 o'clock their time out there. 5th inning underway outside to Didi Gregorius, who popped up to Rendon first time up. And a bouncer by Zimmerman's glove. Rendon backs up, has to unleash it. Was able to plant and get rid of it, and he's getting better over there all the time.
Well, he caught on the in-between hop, had to field it on his heels. Stayed soft with the glove, and because he's got that strong third base arm, he's able to sit back on this baseball, kind of take 1 step toward the outfield, wing it sidearm with something on it to LaRoche. Look at this. Right there, nice play.
Wade Miley, the pitcher. Jordan struck him out first time. Miley has struck out Jordan twice.
We talked about it with Nolan Arenado from the Rockies, their third baseman. When you have that arm strength and good foot speed, it allows you to back up on some balls to create that bigger hop. And then if you have the arm, you can use it. Some guys have to play that ball that Rendon just fielded on the run, or maybe to a backhand, because they don't have as strong as arm as he does.
(0-2) to the opposing pitcher. And Jordan tried to grab that outside corner, just missed. So they've traded dual strikeouts against each other. And for Jordan Zimmerman, only his 3rd K of the night. That's just fine. Toyota Case for Kids. DC area Toyota dealers, helping children and their families. $37 to the Children's Inn at the National Institutes of Health for every strikeout by a Nationals pitcher this season.
I'll tell you what, there's some kind of dome over this ballpark tonight, because if you look out the Capitol building from where we're sitting, it's raining. And it seems like the thunderstorms have just moved around Nats Park tonight. So roof on.
I was told that the Tuskegee Airmen seeded the clouds to stay north of us. Nice job, guys.
It's raining like 3 blocks away, and every storm has just kind of moved around the ballpark.
Big swing by Parra, who's 0 for 2 tonight with 2 ground balls and 0 for 6 in this series. Gerardo Parra has the 4th most hits in the National League with 94. And he's 2nd in doubles. 1st in outfield assists with Carlos Gonzalez. Ryan Zimmerman right there to grab it. Jordan Zimmerman with another 1, 2, 3, and halfway through the game, shaping up as the matchup we thought it would. And for the Nats getting things going. Our Infinity do-ups this inning. Denard Span at home hitting about 120 points higher than he does on the road. Anthony Rendon, he's hitting everywhere at every part of the ballpark. And Ryan Zimmerman at home, 14 of his 37 RBIs, 1 tonight. Denard is flied to left and grounded out to first. That one's going to scoot on through the right side of the infield.
Right on cue.
He sits safely now in 15 of his last 16 games in his home ballpark.
See, I think Denard Span is the key. I mean, he gets on, and now it opens up that hole on the right side for Rendon. Paul Goldschmidt going to have to hold Denard Span on right here. You got a guy that likes to get inside the baseball. If you're Trent Jewett, Davey Johnson, you can work the ball around, maybe think about a hit and run if you get into a count. But Denard Span on in front of Rendon, and then Bryce Harper and Zimmerman, and it's key to this team's success.
Ross Ohlendorf is throwing. It's a little surprising, or maybe just getting some work in.
Could be.
Jordan's only thrown 75 pitches. Jordan's done a great job, by the way. 28 pitches first inning. And now after 5 innings, he's gotten his average down to 15 pitches per. So he figures to be around for a while. Rendon has singled up the middle, double to right center. Diamondbacks haven't found a way to get him out. He has 4 hits in this series. That ball gets away. And Span with a good secondary lead off immediately towards second base.
That has to be a pass ball right there on Miguel Montero. Not a bad pitch by Miley. Squirts out loose. 90-foot mistake. And now with Rendon up, a guy that likes to go the other way, has a chance to at least move Denard Span to third base with 1 out.
Yeah, obviously a pass ball.
5-hole. Span advances.
Now the shortstop, Didi Gregorius, plays near Rendon They're trying to bunch him on the right side of the infield so he can't lash a ground ball through there. Jeep takes us inside the numbers. Since the 8th of June, it's only 18 games or 18 days ago, 10 times with at least 2 hits. Rookie hitting .351. Seeing the ball well. That's a good take, not an easy one. If he goes 3 for 3 starting now, he'll be a .380 hitter his first 100 big league at bats. And a breaking ball that he stayed back on and fouled it away.
Just so quick at the last second. I mean, watch how he makes up his mind late, game moving slow, thinks it might be a strike, and then just fires the bat in the zone at the last second. Watch how late.
Up the middle, base hit. Here comes Span. He will be held as A.J. Pollock gets it in, and Anthony Rendon is 3 for 3.
All right, come on, you hit it too hard to score the runner. Let's go.
Yeah, soften up a little bit, would you?
Just like hit it out there a little bit softer than that. I mean, what is there left to say? Just in shock with the approach this guy has and how consistent the barrel is to the baseball every single time up. I mean, it's just mind-boggling at this point. I don't know that I've ever seen anything like it. Not this consistent. I mean, you see guys get off to good starts. Yeah.
357. Come on.
It's not a soft 357 either.
No.
It's barrel to the baseball. Not a lot of extra base hits yet, but those will come. Unbelievable.
Here's Ryan Zimmerman. He's doubled, driven a run home and walked. First pitch. So Miley goes soft there to get 85 for a strike. But again, here you have your best hitter with runners in scoring position in there. 326 for Ryan. Fastball up and away. Target in. Miley thought he might have had a strike there, and he's not happy. 2-1. Tried to get inside on Ryan back in the first. Zimmerman, SFP set, pulled his hands in, lined that double down the left field line. Great speed at third base with Span, Rendon at first. And a 2-1 double play ball to short. Aaron Hill will turn it. Nats take the lead. No RBI for Zimmerman, but it is a 3-2.
Denard Span getting high fives. He started this thing up. Anthony Rendon with the single. Not how Ryan Zimmerman envisioned that at bat, but productive nonetheless to put the Nats up 3-2.
That'll bring in Jason Worth with the bases empty.
Anthony Rendon has to get to know his teammates because he's always on base or standing at second, so he's never in the dugout.
Well, I understand he's forged a very close personal relationship with Tony Tarasco.
He runs by him too.
I mean, they're together all the time. Knows a lot of first and second base umpires in the league really well now. It's got to be fun for a guy like Tony, who played the game so well, to watch a young guy like this come up and play the game so well. Worth on 0-2, and he hits a rocket right at Prado. So the Nats take the lead. Again, Span and Rendon teaming up. Help from Zimmerman. out toward the northeast. It looks a little nasty, but the scoreboard looks good out there. Then you go to the west, and the sun's trying to break through. Twilight time here at Nationals Park, top of the 6th. Jordan Zimmerman, 76th pitch of the night. Listen to the ratio of strikes, 54 of those 76. He's at it again. And this is Aaron Hill, who wore him out in the first inning with that walk, and then he flied to left on the first pitch in the 3rd. 1 walk and 1 single since the first inning. Just enough in on the hands of Aaron Hill. Denard Span under it. 6th inning underway. Arizona box score. RBIs in the 1st. On a Paul Goldschmidt opposite field double. 1 out later, a Martin Prado opposite field single. Since then, Jason Kubel single with 2 outs in the 4th has been just about it for their offense. There's Goldschmidt, who's having a good series. 1 for 2 tonight. 4 for 7 with 2 RBIs in the first game and a half of this series. Paul Goldschmidt is from Wilmington, Delaware. He was living in Texas by the time he went to high school, went to the Woodlands, played at Texas State, hit 36 career home runs at a school that's not a big name baseball school. Ian Desmond on the charge. Jordan Zimmerman is cruising. 2 outs, bases empty. Don't forget about next week, July 4th, Thursday, 11:05 against the Brewers. That's 11:05 in the morning, FP. Day will feature pregame American flag displays, patriotic uniforms, special music. Independence Day presented by SAIC, securing the future for generations to come. Go to nationals.com/patriotic.
What if it was 11:05 at night?
We'd be in Juneau, Alaska, playing the Seattle Mariners. I don't know. And did you hear that Neil Diamond's coming on the 4th of July?
Awesome.
He will be here performing his new song.
Did you hear Wilson Ramos is coming on the 4th of July?
Well, Davey said today he wanted to see 2 guys on the 4th of July, Neil Diamond and Wilson Ramos.
Yeah.
And maybe not in that order. Now that would be a nice present.
Well, if you
maybe Harper back Monday and Wilson on Thursday.
Yeah, and if you haven't seen Wilson Ramos in concert, you're missing something.
Yeah, he can rock.
Yep, pretty good.
Bases empty, 2 outs. That's a high strike. Montero gave up on it. We'll see what Mercedes-Benz thinks about it on the pitch track.
Well, you know what, Carl? I sit up here and try to guess what's coming next based on what's happened the previous at-bat. With Jordan Zimmerman, I have no clue what these guys are going to throw. And if we're not seeing it up here, you could imagine how tough it is to hit against them. Ooh. I mean, they just mix it up so nice. Pitching backwards to certain hitters, throwing the off-speed early to set up the fastball, and certain hitters the other way around. There's just no sequence. There's no pattern. He and Kurt Suzuki, to me, as good as it gets.
Well, Montero's 0 for 2. Santangelo's 0 for 3. As this one goes in bottom of the 6th. I'm sure you weren't expecting that either. A moment in history brought to you by Volkswagen. Springtoberfest going on right now. Visit VWDealer.com. And numbered uniforms finally came in 1916. The Cleveland Indians. And those weren't even on their backs. They were large numerals on their left sleeve. Nice going, Tribe.
That's so the Exmo camera in 1916 could show you what number they were. Dollar hot dog night, everybody.
It is. But it's over because it's the 6th inning.
Well, I hope you're full by now.
Well, I decided to give the ballpark a break tonight. I had a bacon cheeseburger. That doesn't mean there's not a stash somewhere. Adam LaRoche hit the ball extremely hard last time. Leading off the 4th inning, lined out hard to A.J. Pollock in center. Kansas City, by the way, has 2 early runs. But in the top of the 2nd, the Braves have the bases loaded at KC, trailing 2-0. Nasty breaking ball from Wade Miley.
They used to have Dollar Hot Dog Night in Montreal. It was 51,000 people every single time. Canadians love their hot dogs. And apparently so does that kid right there.
Somebody didn't tell him about the limit of 4 per person.
Save some for somebody else, kid. Let's go.
Wow. Now that's a young man who's got it figured out with 4th of July coming up.
Yeah, that's the next Joey Chestnut right there.
19 in a row at home at stake tonight. In those 19 games, Adam hitting .435. That'll be a ground ball
to short.
Yeah, that's actually the third baseman, Martin Prado, because Didi Gregorius has stayed out there near the second base back. So that's 5-3 on a ground ball to the right side. Boy, they are catching you off guard in all kind of ways tonight.
Well, stand where you're supposed to stand.
So Anthony Rendon, amazing tonight. 3 for 3, hitting in the 350s now. Zimmerman an RBI. Drove a run in later. Didn't get an RBI and a ground ball. And, of course, the Tyler Moore home run to tie it. 2 outs in the 4th. But the Marlins used to do that. They would take Miguel Cabrera and move him up the middle and leave Hanley Ramirez at short. We've seen 2 or 3 other ball clubs do that, leaving the shortstop at home. Miley started this inning with 85 pitches. He's looking for a quick 6th. Jordan Zimmerman, his turnaround for the first inning has been amazing. He's thrown fewer than 50 pitches in the last 5 innings. On a ball in the dirt, Desmond strikes out, 2 down. You can take your season plan experience at Nationals Park to the all-inclusive suite level. To find out more about availability and pricing, nationals.com/club3. It is a very comfortable evening here. We have dodged some serious storms tonight. That's right off the end of Tyler Moore's bat. Miley gets that quick inning he was looking for. And this one moves into the 7th with the Nats on top. 3-2. times out. Jordan has impressed us so much with the way he makes adjustments. Against the Rockies, a lot of fastballs, a couple of base hits, then he turns things around. Tonight, long first inning, and now he's just on cruise control.
You know, between innings, I went and talked to Bob Brentley, the color analyst for the Diamondbacks, former World Series champion manager for him, and I said, you ever have a guy like that you work with to where you were just so in sync as a catcher, your pitcher would know what was coming, and you guys were on the same page? He said Mike Krukow was a guy to where Krukow would be in the windup and Brentley would be putting the sign down because Krukow knew what sign Bob Brentley wanted and what pitch was coming. And you could say the same for Kurt Suzuki and Jordan Zimmerman tonight, just on the same page. They've been that way all season long. They're just so in sync that it's really hard to decipher what's coming. It's hard to get into patterns, and they just work so good together. And obviously the stuff from Jordan is plus to go with that. But the chemistry between these two guys has just been amazing. And, you know, Brentley went on to say that, you know, that doesn't happen very often. It's not normal, and I think we definitely know that. These guys work so well together.
Well, and when you consider a year ago right now, Kurt Suzuki wasn't here. For them to forge that in a short period of time is truly impressive. Martin Prado 1 for 2 with an RBI hit and a double play ground ball. So Zimmerman gets him 0-2 and pops him up. This should be the second baseman's ball. Rendon has the angle behind Adam LaRoche for the first out. He's on another streak now. That's 8 hitters in a row. He had a streak of 7 in a row from the first to the third, interrupted by a walk, and now he has started a new streak of efficiency here, moving into the 7th inning. I mean, look at these inning totals after that 28 pitch first inning. That's up and away to Jason Kubel. Kubel singled last time, struck out in the first. High strike. When he gets that high riding fastball call for strikes, well, here's Mercedes. You can fill in the blank.
Well, kind of took a little off that 92 first strike.
And 92 BP fastball must be nice.
But do you know how good your stuff has to be to throw as many strikes as Jordan Zimmerman throws
and not get hammered
and get the best hitters in the world out every single time you go on the mound?
Yeah, great point. There were times early in his career where maybe he threw the ball over the plate, at least the heart of the plate, too much, and did pay the price now and then. But all we knew at that time was that he was developing himself into a guy who would someday be able to pick out his spots with those pitches, hitting edges, hitting corners, working ahead. I mean, pretty nasty breaking ball there. Kubel hurt himself.
Yeah, I think that got him above that shin guard. And Kurt Suzuki knows all about getting hit by baseballs, being a catcher, and see where that got him. I mean, he hasn't even tried to get up yet. Got him right in the shin, probably above the right knee.
Ooh.
That's something you don't mess around with. Jermaine Dye, former teammate of mine in Oakland, did that in the playoffs in 2001 against the Yankees and broke his leg. That squares it up right off the right shin below the knee.
And that was close to the knee too. Counts 2-2 as Kubel finally steps back in. He will lace that ball to right. Jason Worth, though, right there. Ball looked good off the bat for Kubel, then it just died out there. That'll be 9 in a row. Head over to Facebook.com/Massa Nationals. Vote for your favorite Ryan Zimmerman Fan Challenge finalist and do that by June 30th. The entrant who earns the most votes during that period earns the right to go head-to-head against Ryan in a game of their choice. Massen's Fan Challenge presented by Care First.
Javelin catching.
How about crossing the Grand Canyon on a wire? And the challenger goes first.
Oh, goodness. How about that?
You can be your own flying Walenda.
No, thank you.
That's inside 2-0. A.J. Pollock has flied out twice. Zimmerman on 2-0. 93 right in there. Jordan's had 100 pitches. And that's a little bit low, 3-1. He's due to bat second in the bottom of this inning. .112 his last time out, that gem against Colorado. That ball to the gap in right center, but it's hanging up, and Jason Worth is there. Jordan Zimmerman, 10 in a row, gets this ball game to the 7th inning stretch, which is brought to you by Hyundai. Stadium in Woodbridge with the Peanuts next week. Food, fireworks, and fun, a Strasburg growth chart, a Dan Herron bobblehead, and kids eat free on Sunday. PotomacNationals.com for tickets. Bryce Harper hit a home run there tonight. You never know who might show up at the ballpark. So here we go, bottom 7. It'll be Suzuki. And then Steve Lombardozzi waiting, who's had pretty good career numbers against Wade Miley. That ball in the air to left center. Jason Kubel for the out. And so Jordan Zimmerman is done for the night after 102 pitches, 71 strikes. A very nice performance on this copyrighted broadcast presented by authority of the Washington Nationals Baseball Club. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. So Zimmerman will go 7. Give up just 2 runs on 3 hits. He walked a couple. Not that many strikeouts. 4. Retired his last 10 batters. Tyler Clippard for the 8th. Here's Lombardozzi, who's 2 for 2 career against Miley, but he bounces to Gregorius for the 2nd out. Well, something, you give up 2 runs in 7 innings, and your home ERA is going to go up. His overall ERA will go down just a bit or hang right where it was at 2.26. Top of the order, Denard Span. Showed bunt.
Well, after that 2-run first inning, he allowed 1 hit, 1 walk, and no runs over the next 6. So they're dominating performance by a national starter.
Yeah, guaranteed at least his 20th consecutive home start without taking a loss. He can only get a win or a no decision. Denard Span bouncing it to the right side. Wade Miley's not having a bad night himself. He's due to bat 2nd in the 8th. Nats lead 3-2.
Benz of Alexandria. Anthony Rendon, what new 3 for 3 double run. Tyler Moore, solo home run. Welcome back, Timo. And Jordan Zimmerman doing his thing. Retired the last 10 hitters he faced. Got on cruise control after giving up 2 runs in the first. A walk to Aaron Hill, a double by Paul Goldschmidt, an RBI single with 2 outs. So Martin Prado locked it in. Fastball, curveball, slider combination. And on a warm night, you could see, boy, working hard out there. And another great one from Jordan.
This call to the bullpen, packaged by the UPS store. We love logistics. Tyler Clippard will get the call. Pitched in the ball game last night, gave up a homer to Martin Prado, and then got Parra, Pollock, and Kubel in order to get that ball game into the 9th inning for Soriano. Impressive numbers. A lot of things starting with the number 1 behind a decimal point. That's nothing but good news for a pitcher.
Oh, when you think of Tyler Clippard, you think about the plus changeup that he has, but he's been featuring that curveball a little bit more this year. Throwing it for strikes early in the count, getting guys off that first pitch fastball. And the fastball's been good as well.
Number 8 hitter, D.D. Gregorius to lead off. It's interesting. The Diamondbacks have Willie Bloomquist on deck. But if Gregorius doesn't get on, he could switch off to Eric Hinsky, big power guy, who leads the National League along with Lance Nix with 9 pinch hits this year. So we'll see how Kirk Gibson plays it depending on what happens in this AB. Clippard and Gregorius seeing each other in person for the first time.
I'll tell you what, Didi did not get cheated. Watching his swings tonight, he's swinging from his heels, letting it rip.
Came in hitting .293. 4 homers, 16 RBIs. That is a nasty 78. Nissan will track it.
Yeah, that's a Bugs Bunny job right there. Check this changeup out. 78 miles an hour, pulls the string, little late fade.
It's 3 or 4 miles an hour slower than his usual changeup. He'll get a fly ball to center. Denard Span right there. 1 out here in the 8th, and it will be Willie Bloomquist, who started the ball game in the leadoff spot last night, went 1 for 5. As a pinch hitter, he's 0 for 3 with an RBI. So Miley gives the Nats 3 runs on 7 hits in 7 with a walk and 4 strikeouts. He threw 100 pitches, 66 strikes. What a great duel tonight. And Bloomquist hit by Tyler Clippard. 91 mile an hour fastball. Bloomquist hit by a pitch for only the 2nd time this year.
Let's see where it got him. It's a first pitch. Welcome to the ball game, right off his left hand. Watch where this gets him. Oh.
And the guy on deck had that happen to him April 9th. Aaron Hillen just got back in the lineup yesterday. So here's Gerardo Parra. Suddenly the tying runs on base. Clippard against Parra. Grounded him out last night, so Gerardo career against Tyler is 0 for 5. .92 inside edge. D-backs bullpen working with Josh Colmenter on your left and David Hernandez on the right. How to play left side. Good crowd tonight. The Nats go over 30,000 for the 2nd time in this series. 31,172 tonight. They came in averaging just under 33,800, 5th in the National League.
My, how times have changed.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, weeknight game against Arizona or another of the teams the Nats don't see very much. You probably get 16, 17,000. We're almost doubling that these days. And the 0-2 from Clippard now. Target is in. That would mean fastball. He goes up and in, pops him up right on the hands and over the screen.
Well, you know, the guys appreciate it too, Carter. I mean, you talk about the crowd and how even on weeknight games there's lots of people here. You go into certain cities and it's like every game, because of the crowd, is a weekend game, and it's starting to feel like that at Nats Park.
Yeah.
To where even though it's a Tuesday or a Wednesday, big crowd, lively atmosphere, that's when you really use that home field advantage as a player, and it's going to come in big down the stretch when maybe you're a little bit tired in August and September.
0-2, short lead at the bag by Bloomquist, who is fast. He's holding. And Parra just gets a piece of another. Tyler had a long inning brewing last night after that home run. But then he gets 3 more outs, ends up the frame with only 13 pitches, 9 strikes last night. We mentioned Parra, top 4 hit guys in the league. He hit the ball hard last time, but right at Ryan Zimmerman. Steady diet of fastballs here by Tyler. In theaters Friday. White House Down. Target away. Could it mean 0-2 changeup? Another fastball.
I'll tell you what, Gerardo Parra right now is in swing mode in a 2-strike count. He is not going to let Kurt Suzuki catch a pitch right now. We've seen Tyler Clippard in the past when a guy offers at a high fastball, throwing even higher up in his eyes. Maybe get that swing through strike 3.
Guides that changeup to the left side. Desmond Rendon. No way to get Parra. He's too fast, but a very good play by the shortstop and second baseman to start that thing and get the second out.
Well, he didn't think it was a double play just because Ian Desmond had to go far to his right. Rendon just trying to turn it right there. And I think the longer Anthony Rendon plays second base, there's certain double plays that don't need to be turned, especially in a one-run game. Just come across, get the force out, and get the next guy.
Aaron Hill 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Epic first inning at bat when he drew the walk against Jordan Zimmerman. Scored on the double by Paul Goldschmidt. Who would have known the D-backs would only have 2 hits the rest of the night to this point? Clippard just missing. Aaron Hill against Tyler. Career 1 for 4 with a walk.
The red, white, and blue specs going. I like it.
Look at that changeup at 80. A lot of heaters from Tyler Clippard, but he pulled out the changeup against the right-handed batter. There are a lot of pitchers who just don't want to throw a changeup to a right-hander. If you're a right-handed pitcher, but Clippard, he doesn't care. It's that good. He might pull out the breaking ball at some point here. And a 1-1. Aaron Hill late for the heater. But on the move was Gerardo Parra.
Yeah, got a good jump too.
MLB.TV celebrating 11 years. New low yearly prices. HD quality on MLB.TV Premium on over 350 supported mobile and connected devices. MLB.TV baseball everywhere.
Parra with 6 stolen bases this year. Carp, get this, he's been caught 9 times.
I saw that and I had to look at it twice. I didn't believe it. They've only stolen 22 bases as a team. 1 ball, 2 strikes, runner holding. The 3 teams in the National League who simply do not run: Arizona, Cincinnati, and St. Louis. They don't have to. They can mash.
Well, you get numbers like that. That's how you lose the green light as a leadoff hitter.
Two count now here in the 8th. Got him with a fastball upstairs. Tyler bringing the heat tonight. Rendon bringing the hits. He's 3 for 3. Zimmerman and Worth coming up bottom of the 8th. shots. And by White House Down, not Jefferson Memorial Down, White House Down in theaters Friday. We're going to the bottom of the 8th. Quite a ball game tonight, especially for Anthony Rendon, who will be looking for his 4th consecutive hit.
And just like we promised earlier in the game, it's Miller time. It's not just a good time, it's Miller time, it's hit time. Knocks all over the ballpark. Anthony Rendon, 3 more hits tonight. And since his recall, hitting .397. So a single, then a split him right down the middle in the gap double. And then last time up, just a line drive back up the middle. I'd be smiling too if I was you, kid. It's raining Knox.
Josh Colmenter will take over for the D-backs. Nats remember him from a really good start he made them 2 years ago. Made against them out in Arizona when he went 10-10, 24 starts in 2011. He's a bullpen guy now. Got that funky over-the-top delivery. Doesn't throw that hard. And he starts off Rendon with 76 for a strike.
Yeah, fastball, curveball change. Pretty much fastball change up in that over-the-top delivery. But as you said, has a lot of funk to it.
This guy's got a lot of thump to him. Outside, 2-1. Colmenter, 5th rounder by the D-backs. 15th rounder, actually, back in '07. Rendon high in the air to left. Going back, Kubel. Where's this one coming down? Right in front of the wall. What an exhibition of putting the barrel on the baseball.
I mean, he should get a standing O going back to the dugout right now. That is one whale of a game and a nice bid at his 2nd big league home run.
Wow, was that ball hit?
I mean, barrel the ball again. What new? This time he gets something on the inner half, tries to turn the fan on Colmenter. And it was just a matter if it had enough carry to it. It might have been just off the sweet spot, enough to stay in this ballpark. And you look at the reaction from the Diamondbacks infield. Prado and Gregarious thought that he got him.
Next up will be Ryan Zimmerman, 1 for 2 with an RBI double, a walk, and a double play ball in the 5th that drove in the run that's the difference in this game. Target in. And Ryan fouls it straight back. Rafael Soriano with 20 saves, getting ready for the 9th. D-backs, by the way, will have 3-4-5 coming up with Goldschmidt leading off. Zimmerman scorches one right field. Able to cut it off Parra. Watch out for this arm. Ryan knows it, and he goes screaming into second base. A 2-double night for Ryan Zimmerman.
Yeah, Josh Colmenter not fooling anybody here in the 8th. And look at Ryan Zimmerman get on top of that fastball. Just rolling the wrist, and I think if Parra catches that clean, Zimmerman stays at first, but because of the bobble and the drop, it allows Zimmerman to get into second base. And this is a huge run. When you talk about Paul Goldschmidt leading off the 9th for the Diamondbacks, you add another run here. It takes away that solo shot by a guy with 19 home runs.
Ryan Zimmerman is locking it in here late in the month of June. Came into this game hitting .268, so he's well over .270 now. Here's Jason Worth, who's 0 for 3, and he hit the ball hard right at the third baseman last time up. So they're going to give Parra an error, which I think is a bad call. I mean, he was going as hard as he could to his left to try to cut that thing off. They might change that to a double later. Right now, single, E9. Tough call. It's a tough call on one of the best outfielders in the league.
To me, it's an error when the runner stops and starts again between first and second.
Yeah.
Ryan Zimmerman never broke stride right there, and you can't assume that if he fields it, he was going to throw Ryan out. You can't assume that. You don't know.
Yeah, that's a bad call.
It's only an error when the runner stops and starts up again.
One and two to Jason Worth. who's never faced Josh Colmenter. One and two to Worth. He offered. Looked like he held. Hunter Wendelstedt agrees.
Starting to rain.
Wow. Making it to 9-12 before any raindrops come down. 2-2 pitch to Worth. And that was a defensive swing.
That's what you got to do with 2 strikes. Foul something off. Buy yourself another chance.
Adam LaRoche is next, a former teammate of Colmenter. Worth will hang tough again. And we know Jason's history. The longer he extends an at bat, the more dangerous he becomes.
Nat's not getting cheated off Colmenter this inning. Taking some healthy rips.
(3-2) Washington trying to tack on a huge run here in the 8th. After winning the ball game 7-5 last night. Target in. Worth strikes out. 2 down. It'll be up to Adam LaRoche. Here comes our next 5 right here on Masson. Steven Strasburg tomorrow against 9-0 Patrick Corbin. And then the Nats will see some great young pitching when they go to New York.
Don't you have to walk Adam LaRoche right here if you're Kirk Gibson?
I think you do, although Ian Desmond awaits, and they will. So that's our next 5. And then the boys come right back home. Brewers and San Diego in next weekend. It'll be 2 on 2 out for Ian Desmond, who, by the way, has not had a hit in this series, but he did have a sac fly last night. Two on, 2 out. Big blow in this game. The guy who hits behind Ian Desmond. And that was Tyler Moore with the bases empty at Pete. 2 outs. Back in the 4th, the Nats were down a run.
They caught a fastball, a little cut fastball out in front. Knocked down 2 iron. High fives from the skipper, Randy Knorr. Ian Desmond with the helmet off.
$250 more to the Children's National Medical Center. Lexus, the pursuit of perfection. That's from our Washington, D.C. Lexus dealers. Desmond could make the walk hurt right here. He's 1 for 3 career against this right-hander.
And whether it's a righty-righty matchup and you're walking the lefty to get to somebody else, we talk about it all the time. Major league hitters take this personally. When you walk somebody to get to me, I don't care who it is. You get a little chip on your shoulder and you want to show the opposing manager you made the wrong decision.
It won't be Tyler Moore if it gets that far. Chad Tracy waiting. Nats could be about to bring in Roger Bernardino to play left field anyway for the top of the 9th. And the 0-2 to Desmond. Right side bouncer. Goldschmidt right there. He will lead off.
Now here we go.
And it'll be a 1-run game into the 9th. Rafael Soriano will be looking for number 21.
Your favorite feature of the night, the Head and Shoulders whiff, and it was last inning with Aaron Hill versus Tyler Clippard. Tyler Clippard did a nice job of mixing it up. A little change up there for the second strike. Going with the fastball away for strike two, and then one up top that Aaron Hill takes, and then another one up top that Aaron Hill swings at for strike three. A little fist pump from Clippard, and a big strikeout in this game.
Roger Bernardino goes to left field. Could be straight up for Tyler Moore because that spot would be due up in the bottom of the ninth, which we hope does not occur. So here we go. 33rd game for Soriano. The first two men he faces here both hit safely in that ninth inning last night. Goldschmidt with a 2-out base hit. Miguel Montero got the RBI single. Goldschmidt tonight 1 for 3 with an RBI hit. So he's 1 for 1 career against Soriano. Inside the numbers with Jeep. Matt Capps in his all-star year, and of course the Chief able to do 20 saves successfully before the 1st of July. Goldschmidt in the air. This ball's playable. Adam LaRoche is there. That is big. Mercedes-Benz will track this out pitch.
And through the fastball up and in, Goldschmidt tried to get inside of it. A little inside out hack and plenty of room for Adam LaRoche to get a huge, and I mean huge, first out here in the ninth.
Next up, Miguel Montero, who pulled the ball to left against Soriano last night. And he's 1 for 2 career against him. A little bit away. Just an update from Kansas City, top of the 5th. Royals 3, Braves nothing. Nats are 6 back. Trying to make it a 4-2 homestand and win this series. That's a strike.
Generous strike, too.
Yeah, I don't think Montero liked it. He's been behind the plate all night catching fastballs. That ball laced into right on a hop to Jason Worth, a lot like the base hit last night. Tying runs aboard with 1 out.
Boy, in a 1-run game to a little guy with a lot of pop. Soriano decides to challenge him on the inner half, and Montero all over that pitch for a base hit here with 1 out, and Kirk Gibson going to pinch run for his catcher.
Yeah, that's infielder Cliff Pennington. And the always tough Martin Prado coming in. Prado actually made the last out of the game last night. Hit the ball kind of sharply to Ian Desmond against Soriano. So career he's 0 for 2 against the Nats right-hander. In there, strike 1.
And bottom of the zone looking for a ground ball. Pennington 2 stolen bases this year, hasn't been caught. See him peeking in for the signs, trying to get an off-speed pitch.
Just misses. Prado has hit into 11 double plays this year. That's out of play. He's one of those guys who hits the ball hard on the ground a lot. If it's at somebody, the Nats would have a chance.
And Prado upset with himself for swinging at that pitch, but it looked like a pull swing to an outside fastball. Watch him kind of move his feet, Martin Prado, to pull this ball. See him leave early, hips are open. He's thinking about pulling that ball down the left field line. And he swung at an outside pitch for strike 2.
And a 1-2. They want to jam him. It's up and in, and there's a pop up, but it's back and over the screen. Soriano hitting his spots pretty well here in the 9th inning. And he had a long 9th last night. 25 pitches, 15 strikes. Gave up 3 consecutive hits, but the Nats had a cushion when he took the mound. And a 1-2. Left side, Zimmerman on the charge. Doesn't even worry about second base. He gets the sure out. And the Nats are within 1 out of taking this series.
Oh, nice play on the run, but a productive out for the Diamondbacks. And Martin Prado, it allows Pennington to get into scoring position. So nice play by Ryan Zimmerman, but now the game falls to Jason Kubel with 2 outs and the tying run on second base, and here we go.
Well, these guys have seen each other in the American League before, but only 1 time.
Crowd into it on their feet.
0 for 1 career with a strikeout is Kubel against Soriano. 31,172. I've seen a tight ball game. We're all pitched tonight. Nats 3 pitchers. Diamondbacks only 2 to get to this point. Kubel 1 for 3 with a base hit. Pass ball away.
Well, you never want to put the go-ahead run on, and you never do it intentionally. Soriano, a veteran pitcher, knows what he wants to do in this situation with a right-hander on deck and Pollock. Don't forget about Eric Hinsky lurking down that dugout too.
Check swing. He did not go. Mike Estabrook says safe, and it's 2-0.
Let's see. Did he go? From the side, you be the judge.
I would have to say he held. It was close.
Just don't think behind in the count right here. You have to give in if you're Rafael Soriano. What I mean by that is you don't have to throw a strike. See if he'll chase your pitch.
Three and 0. A.J. Pollock on deck, but maybe not for long.
Yeah, they're going to put him on.
They're going to put the lead run on here in the 9th inning with 2 outs.
Well, once you fall behind, you don't want to throw a cripple pitch up there and have the guy hit something into the gap. So that's a good move. If he's not going to force the issue, not swing at your pitch, you move on to the right-hander.
Here comes Pollock. A.J. Pollock tonight 0 for 3. Last night he had 2 hits. And he's never faced Rafael Soriano. Tying runs at second base with 2 outs here in the 9th.
Of those 20 saves, I think 19 and a half have been drama.
Don't remember many 1, 2, 3 9th innings. And I remember a lot of them with 3 outs. Rendon says to LaRoche, I've got it, and so do the Nats. Rafael Soriano with his 21st save.
Last out, shirts out. And another drama-filled save from the Nats closer, Rafael Soriano. Tyler Moore with a big home run. Jordan Zimmerman, a stud once again.
And the Nats win the series. They'll try to sweep with Steven Strasburg tomorrow. 3-2 Washington, back over 500.